When I was younger, I always looked up to athletes, specifically female Olympic athletes. Seeing them up there on the world stage was a reminder of females could get to that level, and I felt amazing to have my gender represented. But many trans people are not represented on that world stage due to being barred from certain sports. Trans and intersex individuals are allowed to compete in the Olympics, and there have been improvements in policy, but many other international institutions have banned them. Trans women are targeted most, along with intersex and individuals with difference in sex disorder, over concern with testosterone levels. Banning is not only against fundamental rights and is a large social stigma, but it has a big negative effect on the mental health of the athlete. According to International Journal of Environmental Research in Public Health, studies have found that laws and policies that discriminate against minorities resulted in higher levels of emotional and psychological distress, such as suicidality, decreased life satisfaction, and individual stigma in the form of increased sexual orientation concealment. And while this does not address how gender-affirming treatment affects mental health, Yale School of Public Health states that transgender individuals are 6 times more likely to have a mood or anxiety disorder than the general population, 3 times as likely to be prescribed antidepressants and anti-anxiety medications, and more than 6 times as likely to commit suicide. So not only does the banning hurt the mental health of the athlete, but it's already on top of previously existing statistic risks. These rules are based on concern over testosterone levels being an advantage, accidentally hurting cisgender women as a transgender woman, and social stigma over LGBTQIA+ people. According to the Center of American Progress, bills banning transgender women from sports justifications largely rely on scare tactics, stereotypes, and unwarranted claims that transgender women have a physiological advantage over cisgender women, despite a complete lack of evidence that transgender sports participation has any impact on the success of cisgender athletes. Unfortunately, mental health is not the only negative impact of discriminating policies, but they also reinforce stereotypes, especially in women's athletics. It reinforces the stereotype that if a woman is too good at a sport, even if she is a cisgender woman, that she must have some sort of advantage, some sort of male advantage, such as having more testosterone. Another harmful impact is how 20 bills passed in 2020 alone attempting to shut out trans individuals has sparked stricter policies even at the international level, leading to more unsustainable rules regarding testosterone levels. The athlete, Caster Semenya, has faced this in the World Athletics and can no longer run the 400 to the mile run because they believe them to have too high of a testosterone level and will have too much of an unfair advantage despite being the world champion. However, not all international sports are tightening policies. In fact, the Olympics have implemented a new policy that states that they will no longer require hormone modification treatment for their trans athletes to compete. This leads me to my proposed solution of not requiring unnecessary hormone treatment modification, such as chromosome testing or gender reassignment surgery, to be able to compete in their gender category. This would require institutions such as World Athletics, who has completely banned transgender women and made intersex individuals comply to harsher testosterone levels. The International Swimming Foundation, who has completely banned transgender women as well, and the International Chess Foundation to change their policies on required tests in order to compete. This would even cost less for these organizations because there would be less required tests for each athlete. As we move on in the future, we need to let these social stigmas go, along with the common misconceptions of trans and intersex and people with difference in sex disorder, to make sports an inclusive and safe environment.